Hello everybody, so today I'm going to be doing this video as if I was a campaign manager. Now I'm doing this video for Trump, but if this video gets enough support, I will move on to different candidates. I'll do one for Harris, the other presidential candidates, RFK, all the third party candidates, all the at least major, well known third party candidates. I can also do states if those videos perform well enough, and then I could even do go back to the presidential primaries and try to structure those campaigns too. But yeah, that's just my future plans of the series if this video goes over well. So yeah, we're gonna start off with a little explanation. So this is for the 2024 cycle, alright? And we're going from the date this video is uploaded. So August, well, not necessarily uploaded, I don't know when I'm going to upload this. But today it's August 10th, 2024. So starting from August 10th, 2024. Alright, and that's going to election day. Alright, this race is close, so I'm gonna schedule it to election day, and we're gonna start off with what he's gonna do today. Alright, yeah, I'm just gonna do a few different parts of this video. Alright, like each candidate will have a few different episodes, and it'll all start from the same date. They're all gonna start from August 10th, and they're gonna go until the election day. I'm gonna try to get all the major I'm gonna try to get the presidential ones out of the way by election day. So that's like what, 90 something, maybe 80 something days away. So yeah, I'm gonna try to get those out by then. But starting with what Trump would do today. So his recent stream with Aiden Ross, having him go on another, streamers podcast or something like that would be a good idea. But for the 10th, I think he could fit in a lot more than just going on a streamer's podcast. Obviously, I'll have him do some more of that later on, but not on today. Today, he will do, not Racky, rally and this rally, it's not gonna be, alright, it's not gonna be like, alright, he's gonna go do a rally in California because he can flip the state. No, I have zero, there's like a 1-2% chance Trump could flip California. Alright, I just don't think that's gonna really happen, especially against Harris. With Biden, it was more plausible. Definitely not, you know, I don't think it would have happened even if it was still Biden. Alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and say that. But, yeah. And since it's against Harris, there's definitely gonna be a little lock in on some of these other states instead of Biden. So we don't really have any polls yet. Well, we have some polls, but they aren't necessarily the best, most trustworthy like it was against Trump versus Biden. And right now, Harris is, up in the polls. You can say that's because of, her just being put in the race, or whatever you, want to call it. And, yeah, it's most likely her poll numbers will go down over the course of the cycle. But, yeah. Alright, so, that was a lot of talking. But, starting off, we're gonna go with Trump doing a rally in Michigan. Well, yeah, Michigan, it's like I think he could flip it. Honestly, it's gonna take a little bit more work than with Biden, but yeah, I think we just have to lock in Minnesota as going to Harris and Walz. All right, Tim Walz is governor. I think he had like a 60% approval rating from what I saw. So I don't think that's gonna flip. I think we can have Wisconsin and Michigan flip, but I don't think Minnesota's gonna flip. But yeah, you gotta get more specific than just Michigan. All right. So since Trump was making gains with the black vote earlier in the cycle against Biden, he could go to Detroit, Michigan, but it's honestly not that competitive anymore. I think he still has a chance of winning it, but so does Harris. So I'm gonna go Soggy, no, Soggy, no, Michigan. Sorry if I butcher any of these names. That's definitely butchered, especially because it has a G in it. Saginaw. Yeah, I don't really. Sorry if I butcher the name, but yeah. All right, and then Trump, he could double down and go somewhere else, but at the end of the day, Trump is 70 plus, so I doubt he'll really want to do anything else after a rally. He's like 78, I think. So, yeah, he might just be able to. He might do the True. Yeah, he might just do the rally in Michigan. He could also try to hit up a podcast and he could actually get on like a podcast or two. I mean, I don't think anybody would really be mad to have Trump on their show. So I think we could get. Well, this is me speaking. Like, if I was his campaign manager, I think I could get Trump on Michigan's Big Show podcast. I don't even know if Trump would want to go on that, but it's one of the. It's number 10 in Michigan podcasts. So yeah, and they're not the biggest podcasts, you know, but sometimes it's just about getting the smaller podcasts. So yeah, we're going to get Trump on Michigan's Big Show and Stateside podcast appearances on Michigan. Oh my gosh, I cannot spell today. Michigan's Big Show. And Stateside. Now, this also goes back to Trump's age, because he's 78. Alright. Well, I think he's 78. But, like, 78-year-old man, no matter how, up he is, he's not going to want to go on to do that much in a single day. So I think these going on 3 podcasts, not two, not three, 2 podcasts, and going to do a rally might be just about as much as Trump can, do in a day. But these podcasts, they're not the longest really. I mean, stateside, 17 minutes average. Average length for Michigan's Big Show is 26 minutes. So we could get him on another podcast, and I'm thinking that's Michigan Insider. I think this thing I'm looking at like an article naming Michigan's best podcast, and Michigan Insider is rated #1. So if we can fit him in Michigan's Insider, which is usually 14 minutes, so I think going on these 3 podcasts would do Trump good. Nah. Alright. There we go. So that's August 10th. Trump's first day with me as his campaign manager. August 10th. So we're going on to August 12th. Because, Trump, I'm going to give him a day off in between. Alright, yeah, Trump's going to get that day off in between. So our next date will be August 12th. Alright, so really the extra day in between, I'm giving Trump, time to switch states. Now, it depends on where I work, where I sent him. So if I sent him to if I had Trump go from Michigan to Wisconsin, I don't think he need a whole day in between just to get there. But if I send him to Arizona or somewhere across the United States, I definitely give him that extra day to rest, because West Coast has a different time zone than East Coast, and New York and all that stuff. So really just spend location to location, given if Trump really needs a break or not. Of course, he'll probably do him the best to take that break in between, but this is a tight race, and so if the polls were to come out showing that it's even still, pretty close, then I would change the schedule and have Trump just go from Michigan to either Pennsylvania or Wisconsin, do a quick rally, maybe one podcast appearance in either one. But I'm gonna go to the second closest state that election. Well, not that election, the 2020 election, Arizona, where Biden won by 0.4. Now, Kari Lake recently won her election bid in Arizona. So, yeah. I think, yeah, she won her, she won her election bid for Senate. So, yeah. We could have Kari Lake meet up with Trump for rally in Arizona. Now, it's where to send them is a question. I think Kari Lake would poll best in her own district. So we could try that, or we could send them both somewhere else in Arizona. So yeah, or like Carrie Lake didn't actually win. I think she was just up in the polls. She won the GOP primary recently. I see. I see. All right, I was a little bit confused about that. I heard she won, but I hadn't really looked into it just yet. She won the GOP primaries. I see. So you could have her and Trump campaign together in her district, as I was saying, or her would-be district if she wins. Wait, hold on, I'm confusing myself. Alright, no, she doesn't have a district. She's just running for Senate. So yeah, we could have her and Trump campaigning in Arizona. Alright, yeah. So yeah, she could take. Well, she's already endorsed by Trump, but they could go like really anywhere in Arizona. Now, do I think her polling numbers really warrant such a thing? I'm not sure because one day she could be up, the other day she could be down. Right now, I think she's down to her opponent, so I don't know how much having her on the campaign trail will help. It probably help her more than Trump to campaign with her. So yeah, we're gonna have them go to Maricopa, Arizona. So yeah, that was actually kind of close. Well, yeah, it wasn't close necessarily. You know, Biden won 50.3% to Trump's 48.1. That's still a flippable margin. And if, I mean, honestly, Kamala Harris, if she chose Arizona, it would be looking a lot worse for Trump than it does right now. If she chose Mark Kelly from Arizona, I think Arizona and most of the election bid would be lost because Mark Kelly, he's seen as more moderate. He has a stance on the border that leans more conservative leaning than Democrat leaning. So if she had chosen him, he probably would have won Arizona, would have helped in Texas because of the border, and New Mexico. So yeah, I don't know how good of a pick I would really consider Tim Walz. It was kind of a mid pick, if I'm being honest. Like probably the least offensive, but at the same time, worst pick she could have really done out of the major candidates. But yeah, we're gonna have Trump and Carrie Lake campaign. We'll do a rally in Maricopa, Arizona. Alright. And I don't think Trump really needs to do as much as he does in Michigan to really win Arizona. But I think I'm not gonna say anything without being sure. But I think I'm pretty sure George Janko. I know. I think his podcast is out in New York, maybe. I think, but I'm pretty sure I heard it's in Arizona. George Janko podcast. I I'm pretty sure it's in Arizona. I'm not 100% sure though. So I'm just gonna assume it's in Arizona. just because that's where I'm pretty sure I heard it is. If I'm wrong, feel free to correct me in the comments. So, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and leave that out. But I'm gonna put, well, yeah, I'm gonna leave it out for, you know, official plans. But, oh my gosh. George Janko podcast appearance. Yeah. Because I know Vivek already went on the George Janko podcast. Okay. Aw. I actually cannot type. Alright. So this is in brackets, and I'll put that in parentheses, just because, you know, that's like a maybe, a big, big maybe. If it is actually in Arizona, then that's gonna be huge for Trump's polling numbers. So, yeah, if he can actually get on that podcast, it'd be great for, you know, his polling number. Like George Janko, I think he has, I know, a few thousand. Alright, so yeah, the George Janko podcast really is in Arizona, which I'm like 90% sure it is. And, you know, George Janko met Donald Trump, so they might already be planning a podcast appearance. But I think if Trump actually goes on the George Janko show, George Janko gets over 100,000 views on each episode. Well, I won't say on each episode, but on most episodes, he gets over 100,000 views, so I think it would be a great opportunity for Donald Trump. And so, yeah. And those are the only two dates I'm doing in this video. See you in the next one. Peace.